There are many white people who mean right and in heart.
On to the truth, me and all my troops. No time for a truce, there's only time for truth. No room for fair or regular cares. Stand clear of civilian affairs. Hold up, soldier, salute. If you're going up, salute. Throw it up, salute. Throw it up, salute. Soldier, salute. If you're going up, salute. Throw it up, salute. Throw it up, salute. On to the truth, me and all my troops. No time for a truce, there's only time for truth. No room for fair or regular cares. Stand clear of civilian affairs. Hold up, soldier, salute. If you're going up, salute. Throw it up, salute. Throw it up, salute. Soldier, salute. If you're going up, salute. Throw it up, salute. Throw it up, salute.
All right, Boca Told family. I noticed that video when I played back. The audio wasn't playing on Lamar Stoudemire, the tap chewing, the tap dancing, and buttermilk biscuit eating $1 million slave. So what I'm gonna do, if you got any children, well, this a brother played the video. Let me see. Let me just play the clean version. Let me play the clean version. Brother played the video. He beeped out the cussing. Let me just see. Let me see. Okay. Y'all bear with me. All right, y'all bear with me, okay? Let me play this brother. He beeped it out, so. And then I'm gonna get to this house Negro and this field Negro, okay? But yeah, the previous video I did, human animals, I didn't get the sound right, okay? But I'm not gonna give up. Let me play this. His brother, he beeped it out. So I'm gonna go play his video, all right?
He placed more importance on protecting other people than getting his free people out of a dilemma. But he was rewarded and recognized for it. And he personally benefited.
I'm moving too fast. Let me slow down.
And again, this young boy, he placed more importance on protecting other people than getting his free people out of a dilemma. But he was rewarded and recognized for it. And he personally benefited at the expense of his own people. And he personally benefited at the expense of his own people. And he personally benefited at the expense of his own people.
I woke up, man, this morning with some disturbing news out of Israel. That Hamas kidnapping children, putting them in cages, killing women, killing the elderly. That's some cowards. That's cowardly. And for all y'all Black Lives Matter who ain't saying nothing, well, let me figure out exactly what happened before I say anything. Tough. Figure out what.
That's right. This doggone, we got to get rid of these, Shalom. We got to get rid of these folks. Just because they send you a black face. What was Obama? A black face with a colonizer's mindset. Goes all the way back to the cotton fields and the plantation. Master's offspring that he raped up in the house undermining us. Yeah, this Negro. He talking about kidnapping women and children. Let me show y'all this. I don't know if y'all was on the other channels. I just did a video, but we've been getting raptured. We've been getting raptured. Y'all look right here. We've been getting raptured. Y'all ain't got to wait on the rapture. But the question is, y'all, how many of y'all want to get raptured now? Look at here. This is the etymology dictionary. It come out in the 1600s, so it is a new word. That's right. Ain't no rules to war. Ain't no rules. Shalom, Jim, Brother Slide, Sister Brenda Hill, and everybody else. They may be silent. But look here. The act of carrying off. We've been carried off into every nation, just like the Bible said. Captive into all nations, slave into all nations. Everywhere you go, somebody got their foot on our neck. You can go to China, you can go to Japan. Yeah, you can go to India. Yeah, we've been getting raptured the whole time. See, these folks is on a trajectory to hell, and they don't even know it. These folks, hey, look at here. The world is observing white supremacy, right? How they gonna react when they see the Messiah that's written in Scripture with black skin and nappy hair? How they gonna react? Now, think about it. Think about it. Even from a secular mindset, is they more likely to fight the dark skinned Messiah in the Bible, like the book of Ezra and Revelation, or is they going to be more accepting of white Jesus in this world of white supremacy? Think about it. Yeah, they in for a rude awakening. All they got, that's all they got to do is read their Bible, and you know the fix is in. I don't care if you go to Jehovah's Witness. I don't care if you go to Seventh-day Adventist. I don't care if you go to, what's the other one? Seventh-day Adventist, the Mormons. I don't care if you go to the Amish. All of them is worshiping a white supremacist Jesus. Every last one of them. They can't agree on certain doctrines, but all of them agree no matter what the Bible says, that Jesus is a white man. But let me get back to this video, y'all. I just want to show y'all what rapture, it means rape and kidnapping. That's what rapture is. We've been getting raptured. It's time to start fighting the rapture. Okay? We've been getting raptured. So you know it hits harder when you show your people the stuff that they wrote. I didn't write this stuff. We didn't write this stuff. This is their stuff. It hits harder, don't it? They got the power to write these books. And we just gonna take it just like an old plate. They put it up right up under their nose. But anyway, let's go. Let's get back over here. Let's get back to this tap selling, this tap chewing. But y'all, yeah, he beeped out the cussing. I'm showing this video again because the last video I did, the sound did not play. It's probably me. But yeah, the sound didn't play. This brother, he bleeped out the cussing. So, all right, I'm trying to get my children involved. So I'm trying to make all my stuff family friendly. But I'm gonna be point blank and to the point. If you don't like how I talk, your same children, I don't care if they newborn babies on the nipple, they can go right out here and get killed by a white supremacist devil. If you think I'm talking too strong, they can go right around the corner. They old enough to go outside and play. They can go right outside and get killed by a white supremacist devil. That's the world we live in. I want y'all to think twice if you thinking I'm talking too strong. Okay? I'm too old. You see this gray hair? I'm too old to be living in a false reality. Okay? They've been doing that to us the whole time. This chap selling this Negro here. And let me make this very clear. I'm not rejoicing in nobody. Whatever they got going on over there, that ain't got nothing to do with us. They've been selling our folks into slavery too, both of them. Both of them. They are not the original Philistines of the Bible. How you know? Because they ain't as dark. The original Philistines, I covered that. They were descendants of Ham. They were dark. Okay? They are not the original. And they got these Muslims got this same mindset that we slaves. Remember, they had the slave trade long before the Europeans. The Europeans took the slave trade and put it on steroids. Okay? Shalom, Jersey. I like this part right here. Now, I'm going to get to that Roman eagle anyway. How is these folks getting along with the Romans? If they the biblical Israelites, how is they getting along with the Roman beast? They sending weapons to them. Huh? How is they getting along with the Roman beast? These same people, descendants of Esau, that was around when the Messiah was around. Remember, they said they had never been in bondage. Let me show y'all that. Hold on. Let me show it to y'all. The same scribes, yeah, we did yield the Messiah over to be crucified. Remember, we said his blood be on us. Remember that? His blood be on us and our children. And you wonder why? You wonder why the Most High sit back and let millions of us get killed in this war. Millions in the Congo crucified. Millions upon millions upon millions upon millions scattered worldwide and then killed off at the same time. We said his blood be on us and our children. Just hold on. Let me see. It's in Luke. Let me do a quick Google search. Just give me. Did I type something in wrong? Hold on. His blood be on us and our children. Hold on. If that don't work, I'm gonna do a quick Google search. Hold on. Okay, it's in Matthew. Okay, hold on. Matthew. And Pilate said unto them, Pilate looked like this is a Roman, he tried to look like he tried to let the Messiah go. Pilate said unto them, what shall I do then with Yahushua, which is called Christ? And they said unto him, let him be crucified. So this is important information to know. That's why you need to know who you are. You wonder why it seems like the Most High hates you? Look at what's going on. He told us what was going to happen. It's all, read the Bible. He told us what was going to happen. He also, it got an ending point. He already done started. He already punishing them. If you look closely, he's already punishing them. All right, now. And they said unto him, let him be crucified. And the governor said, why? What evil has he done? But they cried out the more, saying, let him be crucified. And Pilate saw that he could prevail nothing, but rather a tumult was made. They're getting riotous. These Negroes is cutting up. Then you had these scribes and Pharisees too. He took water and washed his hand before the multitude, saying, I am innocent of the blood of this just person. See ye to it. Then all the people said, his blood be on us and our children. And you think that was just an innocent statement? Huh? Yeah. You think that was just an innocent statement? You think that was a victimless crime? You think that was harmless? Okay, well, go back through the history. Ain't nobody suffered more than we have. Nobody. Longer than we have, and we still suffering to this day. No one. We ain't got time to be worried about what them newcomers, these Johnny come lately, both of them. Both of them over there are Johnny come lately. They are not the original people. Okay? All right, now is it starting to make sense to you? See, I used to wonder, why God hate us? But anyway, let me get back over here to this video. I'm gonna finish letting it play. Yes, sir. Let me finish letting it play. I like this. But anyway.
In the world. Only place in the world.
I don't know why we leaving Mouse's house. He been good to us. He feed us on Saturday, close us on Sunday, and then beat us on Monday. Or was it Tuesday? I don't know.
Jasper, I said, won't you go out of the house again, Jasper?
What?
Jasper, don't you want freedom? We going to Promised Land. The Promised Land.
Promised Land?
Only place in the world where I can go and study Torah and eat kosher food. Only place in the world.
We had liberty to serve the Most High wherever. That's all. He scattered us worldwide. So we had liberty to worship Him everywhere.
Some cowards, this shit. And all y'all supported off you. On my mama, we don't respect none of y'all for that. Peace.
The Jewish community, as we know them, were major players with owning slaves. Jews and Judaism in the United States, a documentary history. Rabbi Mark Lee Raphael.
That's their own people now. I'm not going to show a video. Y'all can go down there. Okay? Y'all can go, you can type this stuff up and find it yourself. But y'all see the title, okay? I did that because he beeped out the cussing. I want my videos to be like what children can listen to it. Okay? But yeah, y'all see what it said. That's one reason why they hate Farrakhan. That's one reason, because he put out another book, The Secret Relationship Between Blacks and Jews. But let me get into this Roman beast. Y'all excuse me for a minute. Yeah, that video didn't play. That's why I did that. And y'all, in that previous video, I showed y'all how they was in the Klan. These same folks that this Negro, hold on, that this Negro is talking about caping for. I'm choosing my words. The same folks helped start the Klan. The same people that we supposed to be caping for, buck dancing and worried about what they got going on. And remember, the ones that they fighting, they didn't have their hand in selling us off too. They got this anti-black racism, and I'm not condoning none of that stuff, what they got going on. I'm not condoning that. Okay, it's wrong. Okay, they started off the Klan. They even had members high up in the Klan. These folks got old money. They can do that. All right, I'm gonna get back into this much wicked oppression. Hold on. Now, this Negro is looking for a wife. I understand. This Negro is compromised. Look. Even LeBron, even Lebanon James. Y'all know Lebanon James. Negro, that ain't y'all fight. But yeah. Now I told y'all that Black Lives Matter ain't got nothing to do with us. Let me share here. We didn't start it, we don't control it, and it ain't getting nothing done in our favor. That's how you know the fix is in. I want y'all to look. The Aryan propagandists, now AP, the Aryan propagandists, y'all know who say that. All right. Now, this is 2018, okay. George Soros fund movement to disrupt communities. Okay. Have Black Lives Matter unified our community? Have they brought the black folks together? Ask yourself, why would white people do anything to bring us together? Why would they? I'm going to show y'all that he's a Jewish man himself. Just stay right where you at. Walking this thing down. All right, let me go. How is it that highly organized protests? I'm not worried about Trump, but I will say this. I have more money in my pocket. I'm going to keep it real. I'm not for now one of them, not voting for now one of them. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I'm not voting for now one of them. I'm not into selecting my next oppressor. That's just my stance on it. All right? All right, now, follow the money. This must be a right-wing propaganda. It might be a right-wing news outlet, conservative Republicans. But nevertheless, why is that the traditional definition of marriage was certainly discarded after years of citizens voting for it to be preserved. Follow the money. Now, I agree with him on that. I want y'all to think, family. How is their sexual preference like when they come out the closet? What we supposed to do? Give them what we supposed to do? Applaud? I mean, but anyway, let me keep going. How are illegal immigrants organized so quickly and young voters corralled overnight to demand open borders? Where did the saturation in transgender and pansexual ideology come from? How is it possible that Black Lives, L-I-E-S, Black Lives, because they do matter, seem to be everywhere? All right, or that the call for pot legalization. I'm gonna tell y'all, if y'all smoking this stuff and they give y'all, but anyway, y'all do. All right, it's sweeping the nation, or is there an international movement for globalization simultaneously occurring in countries around the world? You right. This is farther than right here. This thing is worldwide. Much wicked oppression. Follow the money. The George Soros money through his Open Society Foundation. That's some research within itself. Just type that in and see what you learn. In this long season of cultural and political tension, Americans need to know the truth about the source of the conflicts, about why communities in our nation are being ripped apart. We are being ripped apart because Mashiach, the Messiah, said he didn't come to bring peace. Okay. Remember the Tower of Babel, all the people was in unison, but they was not in unison in serving the Most High. So the Most High divided the languages. He don't want us he don't want us unified in wickedness. Okay? Now, but yeah, that's where the money coming from. Let me show you another article. All right, let me show you another article. Hold on. International Sentinels. Soros invests $220 million in Black BLM and other racial equity groups. Ask yourself, why would a white man spend so much money for black folk? Huh? That's right. Let me go to these comments over here. And when they use that, when they use that BLM, they automatically think like we can't think for ourselves, that all of us is involved in it. That just showed the lack of intelligence on their part. But all right, the Open Society, there's that society, there's that foundation again, has announced that they are giving Black Lives and other black organizations $220 million. Now, if y'all don't learn nothing else, black organization ran by white money is a white organization. Let me say it again. Black organization, NAACP, the Rainbow Push Coalition, all these black organizations that's funded by white money is a white organization. Them Negroes that they using, some of them might not know, but they should know because you're leading your people astray, is house Negroes. House Negroes get to eat a little bit better than the field Negroes. Okay? Messy Jesse. NAACP. You got all these black organizations, Black Lives Matter, and ain't nothing getting done. Same situation. These white supremacist devil done pull their children into the war. Now, all you racist white supremacists out there, y'all think y'all got these such high IQs. How wise is it of you white supremacist devils to send y'all children out here with these racist tendencies among our people where we learn who you are and you're not having children. Number 2, the drugs is destroying you. Huh? How wise is that? So if something do happen and your children get killed, that's just like killing 2 for the price of 1. You're not reproducing. How wise is that? Oh, heathen. I'm not going to feel sorry. I don't feel sorry for no racist devil. I don't. I'm not going to shed not one tear for y'all. Y'all worked hard for racism and white supremacy. And for you Bible thumpers out there, the Messiah said, whosoever will gain their life will lose it. Y'all done got y'all life, and y'all still slipping away, don't you? The Messiah said, whosoever, he didn't say except Europeans, will find their life, gonna lose it. Y'all got y'all best life now. But yeah, the New York Times, reported that Soros Group will invest $150 million in grants. Wait a minute, this sounds like government money. Grants? I don't know. I ain't looked into it. Grants usually got involved the government. I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying it ain't. But why they grant? But anyway, for a black-led racial, it ain't black-led racial groups. Okay, it's not. And another $70 million toward local grants for criminal justice reform. What is criminal justice reform? You know how you can reform criminal? Start locking them up instead of hiding the evidence or giving them minimized charges. Give them the same charges you give black folk. You don't need that's gonna be your criminal justice reform. And these doggone Democrats, they think we supposed to vote for them when they said criminal justice reform. Y'all the one built that system. Y'all built that system with a lot of innocent black people in there. Y'all filled the prisons with the drugs that y'all put in on the street. And then you think we supposed to jump for joy when you undo some of the damage that you done. But nevertheless, let me keep moving. Now, all right. In a rare Jewish appearance, George Soros said Jews in Israel cause anti-Semitism. Sounds good, don't it? These people are on both sides of the argument. They fund the Democrats and they fund the Republic plan. They were funding the North and they were funding the South. They having fights among themselves as to who's gonna control the money. So minor skirmishes. So it sounds good. Okay, but let me keep reading. It is not often that George Soros, the billionaire financier, now it's somebody up behind him. If he's just a billionaire, how can he afford to just throw money at black-led organizations? If he's just a billionaire, family, how can somebody else is giving him money? If he's just a billionaire, unless he's lying about his money, how can he keep throwing money? That's a bad investment, right? At so-called black-led organizations. If he's just a billionaire. But anyway, let me keep going. It's not often that George Soros, the billionaire financier and philanthropist, makes an appearance before a Jewish audience. It is even rare for him to use such an occasion to talk about Israel's Jews and his own role in affecting political change. Notice he's not being called anti-Semitic because he's one himself. Right here. So when Soros stepped to the podium November 5th to address the issues at a conference of the Jewish Founders Network, audience members was listening carefully. Many were surprised by what they heard. When asked about anti-Semitism in Europe, Soros, who is Jewish, I told y'all. I just want to see. I know I made some statements in the previous video, but I like to prove stuff. I'm showing y'all we didn't come up with Black Lives Matter. And I told y'all that the money came from Soros and a Jewish man. And there it is right there. I'm showing you the sources. Okay? It said European and anti-Semitism is the result of policies of Israel and the United States. All right. So, telling y'all, you wondering how the NAACP was so-called for black people, and they elected their first black president of it to run it. Was it 1960 something? 1970 something? The first black person of it, but it's supposed to be for black people, but they elected their first president over it. All it is, this is what it is, y'all. This is what it is. They got a black face, and they got a black person speaking for them. Just like you got these Kenyans trying to get in Haitian business. It's too obvious that they sent another pale devil over there in the business of Haiti. It's too obvious. So what they'll do, they'll send black faces over there. Now, Kenya, y'all need to mind y'all business and get these Europeans out your business. Yeah. $1 million slaves. Let me see here. Let me keep going. All right. Let me show you another one. All right. I'm just showing you another one. George Soros, born in August 12, 1930, Budapest, Hungary. Hungarian-born American financier, author, philanthropist, and activist whose success is an investor and made him one of the wealthiest men in the world. He was also known as a powerful and influential supporter of liberal social causes. If he really was about helping black folk, he'd be funding these politicians like they do when they get these 3 strikes laws passed. They give money to the politicians to create laws to lock us up. That's what they do. They don't put money in some so-called groups that's going to control the outcome or manipulate the outcome. Now, what they do, they get money to the politician because the politician got the power to get together and make laws. See? Now, such as an investor made him one of the wealthiest men in the world. He was also known as a powerful and influential supporter of liberal social causes. Look here, look. Soros was born into a prosperous, so he's probably more than a billionaire, but it's still a bad investment to keep dumping money into these things. Well, they are getting money. People are donating, but notice the black folks got hemmed up for spending money buying houses. Y'all remember Patrice Cullors now? They made them the face of it. But here go the real face. Here go the real face right here. The real face right there. But they made black folks the face of it. Let me show y'all. Black folks, the face of it. Black folks, the face. All right, now. I'm just showing y'all who this man is. Why he gonna help us? Huh? Why? The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. That's in the book of Job. I don't know where it's at, but it's in the book of Job. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. All right, let me wrap this up a little bit. Let me see. All right, now let me get into the Bible section. Did I show y'all the definition? I did show y'all the definition of rapture. Let me get into the Bible. Let me close some of these tabs. I done showed y'all. Let me close this out. Close some of these tabs. I done showed y'all who Soros is. He's a Jewish man himself. Okay, I done gave you the evidence. Okay, these people, our elder teachers have been saying for years that white supremacists take both sides of the argument. Okay, you got your hardcore right-wing white supremacists. Negroes look and get scared. So they'll run over here to the soft-core white supremacists. And they doing more damage to us than the obvious. These Democrats is putting us out on those streets right now as we speak. Plotting and gentrifying. They giving money to everybody but Negroes. But let me keep going. Let me see here. Let me close this. All right. Now, let me get into this. This fourth beast. All right. Let me get into this house Negro first before I forget. While I got it queued up. Let me get into this house Negro and field Negro. All right. Malcolm X.
In the field Negro, the house Negro, they lived in the house with master. They dressed pretty good. They ate good because they ate his food, what he left.
Remember, Stoudemire said, talking about eating kosher. Huh? Negro, we talking now, Negro. Talking about we ain't saying nothing. We talking now, Negro. Care nothing about your money. Don't care nothing about that. Don't care nothing about your money. I don't care who you are. If you ain't living in accordance with the scripture and doing the will of the Most High, I really got a little for you.
They lived in the attic or the basement, but still they lived near their master. And they loved their master more than the master loved himself. They would give their life to save their master's house quicker than the master would. The house Negro, if the master said, we got a good house here, the house Negro said, yeah, we got a good house here. Whenever the master said we, he said we. That's how you can tell a house Negro. If the master's house caught on fire, the house Negro would fight harder to put the blaze out than the master would. If the master got sick, the house Negro would say, what's the matter, boss? We sick. We sick. He identified himself with his master more than his master identified with himself. And if you came to the house Negro and said, let's run away, let's escape, let's separate, that house Negro would look at you and say, man, you crazy. What you mean separate? Where is there a better house than this? Where can I wear better clothes than this? Where can I eat better food than this? That was that house Negro. In those days, he was called a house nigger. And that's what we call him today because we still got some house niggers running around here. This modern house Negro.
Boy, he got the cape on, don't he? What's up, Amar? What's his name? Amara Stoudemire. You got the cape on, don't you?
Loves his master. He wants to live near him. He'll pay 3 times as much as the house is worth just to live near his master. And then brag about, I'm the only Negro out here. I'm the only one on my job. I'm the only one in this school. You're nothing but a house Negro. And if someone come to you right now and say, let's separate, you say the same thing that the house Negro said on the plantation. What you mean separate? From America? This good white man? Where you gonna get a better job than you get here? I mean, this is what you say. I ain't left nothing in Africa. That's what you say. Why, you left your mind in Africa. On that same plantation, there was the field Negro. The field Negro, those were the masses. There was always more Negroes in the field than there was Negroes in the house. The Negro in the field caught hell. He ate leftovers. In the house, they ate high up on the hole. The Negro in the field didn't get nothing but what was left of the insides of the hog. They call them chitlins nowadays. In those days, they call them what they were, guts. That's what you were, a gut eater. And some of you all still gut eaters. The field Negro was beaten from morning till night. He lived in a shack, in a hut. He wore cast-off clothes. And he hated his master. I say he hated his master. He was intelligent. That house Negro loved his master. But that field Negro, remember, they were in the majority. And they hated his master. When the house caught on fire, he didn't try and put it out. That field Negro prayed for a wind, for a breeze. When the master got sick, the field Negro prayed that he died. If someone come to the field Negro and said, let's separate, let's run, he didn't say, where are we going? He said, any place is better than here. You got field Negroes in America today. I'm a field Negro. The masses are the field Negroes. When they see this man's house on fire, you don't hear these little Negroes talking about our government is in trouble.
Yeah.
They say the government is in trouble. Imagine a Negro, our government. I even heard one say, our astronauts. They won't even let him near the plant. And our astronauts, our Navy, that's a Negro that's out of his mind. That's a Negro that's out of his mind. Just as the slave master in that day used Tom, the house Negro, to keep the field Negroes in check, the same old slave master today has Negroes who are nothing but modern Uncle Toms, 20th century Uncle Toms, to keep you and me in check, keep us under control, keep us passive and peaceful and nonviolent. That's Tom making.
All right, family. All right. Yeah, they trying to use these Negroes to keep us in line. Now, I know the real Uncle Tom wasn't a sellout. The real Uncle Tom was a good man. But yeah, y'all know, y'all get the message. Yeah, you love with the doggone executioner. And then you got these what's reinforcing it is these buck-ass and boot-licking preachers that's been trained in these Bible cemetery schools. They want you to suffer peacefully. That's what they say. They don't say you should love yourself and fight. That's what the Bible said. They want you to suffer peacefully until they start hitting a little closer to their house. Then they got a problem with it. Yeah, that's right. That's Stockholm syndrome. But let me keep going. Folks, what y'all worried about these folks hating you more than they already hate you? Let me get into this. I'm going to show you that the Greeks, Javan is the father of the Greeks, and the Romans, they are children of Javan. They the same people. Let me show that to y'all, and you'll see what this Roman beast is coming up today. Okay? Let me see. This Roman beast is coming up today. You need to know your enemy. All right. Javan. Let me go to the Bible first. Hold on. Let me pull up another Bible. Hold on. All right. Genesis chapter 10. Yeah, I go to Genesis 10 a lot. We forget about If the Most High didn't want you to know who these people were, he wouldn't have put it in his word. They changed their names. Okay, now these are the generations of the son of Noah. You know, after the flood, Noah was an albino. Read the book of Enoch. Noah was an albino. Okay, Shem and albinos can have perfectly normal dark-skinned children. Matter of fact, let me show y'all this. Let me show it to you. After all, black is dominant. Okay. Okay. They get with a regular, they get with a melanated animal, and it go right on back in the, go right on back. But the genetics is still there, it'll still pop up. Okay. So the Most High got multiple ways of showing you how white comes from the dark. Okay. All right. Ain't nothing wrong with that. The Most High does his will be done. But Noah wasn't albino, okay? Let me get back over here. Where was I at? Right here. All right, now. All right, and Japheth. And unto them were sons born after the flood. The sons of Japheth, Gomer, Magog, Madai, and Javan. Here go your Greeks right here. And Tubal, Meshech, and Tiras. Look. And the sons of Gomer, Ashkenaz, Gomer, Japheth, not Shem. Ashkenazes. While I'm thinking about it, let me just ease on over here. And there you have it. Khazars. Straight from the bloodline. That's why y'all having trouble. That's why some of y'all so-called Christians having trouble trying to figure out what's going on over there today. That's why y'all having problems. You're looking at the wrong people. These people have not been scattered worldwide. They have not. It's not enough of them to go into captivity. And then, number two, if they go into captivity getting raptured, they're not gonna be white no more. They got recessive genes. Y'all go see, yeah. Y'all need to focus on Revelation chapter 2, verse 9, Revelation chapter 3, verse 9, and figure out who that is. But they go, you're asking now, it ought to be an oxymoron. And then here you got the original trying to emulate the copy. And this man right here, he's a Jewish man himself. He's an Israeli. He said, look here, this man is a Jewish man himself. Praise Yah for the truth. Amalekites, yeah, they all mixed in. Scholars blast new study tracing Ashkenazi Jews to Khazars of ancient Turkey. Okay? This man is a geneticist. He traced their DNA right back to the Ukraine. Let me show y'all. I know it. Some of y'all might not never see another video like this. If I don't do this, you're not going to look. So let me do it now. The ancient Ukraine. Now, is the light starting to go off? Huh? You wonder what's going on with the Ukraine over there? Huh? I'm looking for, here go ancient Ukraine, Khazaria. Let me see here. What was it called? Yeah, Khazaria. Here where you Ukraine at? Look, this German. There go your Turkey. Let me use some English, okay? Because I don't speak German. These same folks, and y'all notice Turkey is right up in here. Turkey, the geneticists talking about they are a mixed people, okay? But this is your Ukraine. Let me type in Ukraine. Why is the United States dumping they banks, dumping money into Ukraine? Let me type in map. I want to show y'all. Let me see here. They got the Ukraine up here. Let me type in world map so you can get a better view of it. Oh, y'all can't even see this stuff. Hold on. All right. I'm going to show y'all. Okay, Ukraine. There go Turkey down here. And there go Turkey right here. And the Ukraine is right up in here. Let me show it to you. That's where these folks originated from. They mixed in with Esau and everybody else, Turks. But yeah, there go Turkey right here, y'all. Bulgaria, Romania, Hungary. But let me get back on my point. On point. Let me get back on point. Now, Ashkenazi. Oh yeah, I forgot to go over this Hebrew. Let me go over this Hebrew. These Ashkenazi Jews. Hold on. Let me go over the Ashkenazi Jews. Hold on. Look here. Let's see here. Boy, I got all these darn pop-ups. No, thank you. All right. Ashkenazi Jews, notice they come from JPAS. And they got Nazis. They speak a German dialect of Hebrew. So you shouldn't find it strange that they give weapons to the Ukrainians who are Nazis. They the same people, y'all. Okay? The Ukrainian Azov Battalion, Nazis. Last video I showed you. Jewish diaspora population who formed in the Holy Roman Empire, scribes and Pharisees. Scribes and Pharisees. That was them. They was ruling. They had a little bit more power. The Romans put them over the original Hebrews. Okay? The scribes and Pharisees. Around the end of the first millennium, their traditional diaspora language is Yiddish, a West Germanic language. But if y'all Hebrews, how you gonna speak a language that came later? And you ain't been into captivity where you was forced to learn another language. Yeah, that's right. They come out of the Caucasus Mountain. What they love to tell you, we come out the Caucasus Mountain. Okay, I ain't sharing my screen. If I'm not sharing my screen, y'all remind me, all right? I might slow down. But that is right here. How you gonna have Jews of Central Europe? And the Bible said they come out of Africa. Y'all confused. There is no such thing as no Middle West. There's no Middle North. There's no Middle South. And there is no Middle East. That's Africa. Okay? But yeah, let me show y'all this. Let me see. We would not, let me see. Abraham, our father. Okay. Let me go into John. It's going to be a little bit, okay. All right, this is the Messiah. Let me show y'all. This is the Messiah's. I want to show y'all that the Messiah said it. All right. Hold on. I got some stuff going on. Hold on. All right. All right. I know that you are Abraham's seed. Okay, look. But ye seek to kill me because my word has no place in you. Hold on. We will never bondage to it. We will never end bondage to any man. Hold on. Okay, here it is. John 8:33. John 8:33. All right. And Yahusha, then said Yahusha to those Jews which believed on him, if ye continue in my word, then ye are my disciples indeed. See, the modern day church folks don't want to obey the word. So how are you his disciple? All right. And ye shall know the truth. You ain't going to know the truth if you don't continue in the word. And the truth is going to free you. The truth going to make you free. And they answered him, we be Abraham's seed and were never in bondage to any man. So how is they the Israelite? These are these Khazars way back then, mixed in with Esau's seed, way back then with the Messiah. How is they Israelites when they ain't been in bondage? They wasn't slaves in Egypt. Then who are these folks? They wasn't slaves in Egypt. Okay, they didn't go into captivity in Nebuchadnezzar's kingdom. They wasn't captive during the rulership of the Medes and the Persians. They wasn't captive during the Greek captivity. And they are not captive right here, right now, during the Roman rulership. So who are these folks? These Khazars, these Revelation 2:9 and 3:9 folks. That's them. Look, notice Mashiach didn't argue with them because he know who they are. He said, look, these are these scribes and Pharisees, and you did have some brews mixed in with them. Case in point, the Apostle Paul. He was mixed in with them. But the ruling class looked just like the Romans. They was white. They was intermingled. They was mixed. Okay? They answered him, we be Abraham's seed. Esau is a descendant of Abraham. Jacob is his father. But he is not the father of the Israelites. I'm talking about Esau. He is not of the tribes of Judah, of Jacob. Okay? Jacob and Esau was twins. And they was fighting in their mother's womb. They ain't even born yet, and they in their mama's womb fighting. And then the Bible says in the book of Genesis, 2 nations shall be separated, 2 nations from thy mother's womb. They got the same father, same mother, but they're going to become 2 different people, 2 different nation groups. And they were fighting in the womb. All right, now, let's get back to these fake Jews right here. And they answered him, we be Abraham's seed, direct descendant of Abraham. And were never in bondage. They weren't captive in Egypt. They weren't captive in Syria, the Assyrian Empire. They weren't captive nowhere. All right. So how sayest thou we shall be made free? And then Yahushua said unto, verily, verily, I say unto you, whosoever committeth sin is the servant of sin. And the servant abideth not in the house forever, but the Son abideth forever. But I'm showing y'all, you got fake Jews right here in the Bible. Fake Jews. They go all the way back. Why do you think Herod was trying to kill Mashiach, the rightful heir of the throne? Herod was trying to kill the Messiah. Remember? The direct descendant of King Dawid. Notice, Joseph went into Egypt to hide among the black folk. He didn't go into the Caucasus Mountain. He didn't go into where the white people were at. He didn't go among the Greeks to hide. Joseph went right into Africa to hide from Herod. Herod was trying to kill Mashiach. Now, all right, let me get back over here. Let me get on back into this. Okay, J-Van. Where is it? J-Van. Let me show y'all some more things. Let me close some of these tabs. Let me share. Let me share my screen. I'm gonna share everything. I'm gonna close some of these tabs. Show y'all what I'm gonna go over. So y'all just, all right. There's this map of Ukraine. I went over that. There's another Ukraine, Khazaria. Yeah. Caucasus Mountains. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I need to do a video about these doggone Horites. These Horites are cave dwellers. The Caucasus Mountains are caves. Esau mixed in with the cave dwellers. Y'all want to talk about Neanderthals, but that's a topic for another day. All right. Let me see here. Ashkenazi, they German. Look. How are they gonna be German and they Shemites? Huh? Nazis. Look. Nazis. Ashkenazis. All right. They was Confederate general trying to keep us in slavery. They always worked against us. But let me keep going. Let me close this Bible. I'm gonna get into this later on. Here go your Roman beast right here. I'm gonna walk back to that. Look, I'm finna get into this much wickeder person. All right. Look at all these bases they got, but I'll get back into that. You see, I didn't know it was a video there, but let's see. Well, I'll get back to it. Now, for those of y'all waiting to be raptured, y'all might want to rethink this rapture thing, all right? This is what rapture means. Rapture means to be raped, kidnapped, and plundered, and carried off. We already been raptured, okay? And yeah, those of y'all that will, I need some more subscribers, okay? I need one more where I can go live right here. I need one more subscriber on Rumble where I can go live over here. Finna start putting this message out here. And that's it. You go to this link, it's gonna be right there at the top. There go the avatar. Yeah, I put it at the top. Trying to close some of these things. All right, let me see. All right. Okay. The Romans. These are Romans. I'm finna get back. I'm walking back to where I'm at, all right? J-Van. All right, now let me get back to this Bible. I closed the Bible out. Let me put another one. J-Van right here. Now let me show y'all again. Genesis chapter 10. Let me put it down here with the rest of it at. Hold on. Genesis 10. Walk this thing down. I want y'all to know these folks. Now, can y'all? Yeah, y'all can see that. All right, now these are the generation of the sons of Noah. Okay, I went over that. The sons of Japheth, Gog, Magog, Madai, Javan. Here are the Greeks. All right, and look, there go your Ashkenazi Jews, your Nazis, your Germans, and these are Gentiles. Look, by these were the islands of the Gentile. All these folks up here are Gentiles. There go your Romans. I'm finna get into that. These are your Spaniards, I believe. Spaniard. They go your Greeks, and there go your so-called Ashkenazi Jews that's over there in Israel right now, over there oppressing some more folks that done oppressed us. So you got two oppressor classes, and I'm not glad that them folks. I don't believe in all that killing women and stuff. Now, if the Most High tell me to do something that's different, but I think we in a different era right now. But nevertheless, I'm not over there celebrating because they killing some former oppressors. Okay, All right, I'm not celebrating, but I'm not jumping up, putting the cape on for no other group of people but mine. Y'all better come on in under the word. I'm not putting the cape on for these other nations. But let me get back over here to J Van. J Van, here go your Greeks and your Romans. Let me go back. Your Romans descend. Look, they descend from the Greeks. You often hear them talk about the Greco-Roman Empire. The Greco-Roman Empire. You got a Greco-Roman government. Okay, well, let me get into this J Van. J Van right here. Okay, because in the book of Daniel, J Van, the kingdom of the Greeks, is the third beast, and the kingdom of the Romans is the fourth beast. That's why you got that on top of that reaper's head. They got that big Roman eagle up there. That Roman eagle was around ruling when Mashiach was born. And the Roman eagle is still ruling, and the Roman eagle is going to be destroyed when the Messiah returns. Okay? Let me get into it. J Van, all right, now. This is the Bible dictionary. Y'all see what it is? J Van, fourth son of Japheth. I just showed you that. Father of Elisha, Tarshish, Kittim, there go your Romans, and Rodanim, Genesis chapter 10. I just left out of 10. And that First Chronicles 1, 5, and 7. The name corresponds etymologically to Ionia. That's the Greeks. As such, it is used in the prophets to denote, excuse me, the descendants of Japheth. Let me see here. But yeah, right here. But also Greek and Macedonia. All right. Y'all see that? They are the Greeks. How come your preachers can't tell y'all what the Greeks is? Yeah, I'm finna get into Second Ezra a little bit. I'm finna get into that. How come nobody know what these folks are today? Meanwhile, the preacher will encourage you or won't preach against our folks joining these Greek societies. Huh? Some of your pastors was can y'all see that? Yeah. Some of your pastors was in this stuff. Why you want to join the oppressor class? This ain't us. Okay? I still love you, but this ain't it. This stuff ain't going into the kingdom, y'all. Y'all got to let this stuff go. Okay? Okay? Y'all see this stuff? These folks are oppressed. Y'all is borderline. Look, you're borderline. When you're into these stuff right here, you done fell up under the house. You in the house. Y'all need to come up out of the house, Negro mentality. Okay? Come out of their stuff. The Bible said, come out from among them and be separate. If we don't, these plagues that they getting is gonna come on over the outside. Okay? Now, I'm just telling you out of love. I'm not scolding you unless you tap dancing like this Negro. Okay? If you don't know what you're in, you just don't know. But I'm telling you, get out of that stuff. These folks, but this video gonna be long, was hanging our babies. The first book of Maccabees, they hung our babies about the neck. Let me show y'all. If these ain't the same darn people, then I don't know what else to tell you. They hang the infant boys from their mother's necks. The king agent also killed the families of women. Oh, what he say? It ain't never been cool to kill women and children. Huh? But yet, you got these buck-dancing preachers teaching us that it's cool to join the oppressors. Look here. They hang the infant boys from their mother's neck. The king agents also killed the families of the women, as well as those who had performed in the circumcision, because we want to keep our custom, our law that the Most High told us to keep. They was killing us. Now we on autopilot. Now we on autopilot now. These are the Greeks right here. Y'all read the book of Maccabees. You wonder why they took it out. Yeah. You wonder why they took it out. Rifle their house. Look, they was rapturing back then. Hey, we was getting raptured. The Greeks was rapturing us right then. Let me see here. Let me go to the whole book. Look, I'm going to show y'all this, the Greeks. And it happened. Alexander the Great, son of Philip, the Macedonian. I just showed y'all Javan, Macedonian Greeks, who came out the land of Chittim, had smitten Darius king, the Medes and the Persians. Look, after the Medes and the Persians, the Greeks took over, right? All right. That reigned in his stead the first over Greece. Chapter 1, verse 1. The first over Greece. Alexander the Greek. Okay? Hanging our babies. We was getting raptured, y'all. Y'all worried about getting raptured. Here you go. Let me show y'all again. The act of carrying off as prey or plunder, rape, and kidnapping. Mass murder, genocide. All right, now let me get back over here. Now, my voice probably cutting off. I've been trying to get this microphone thing, but I got too much going on right now. But yeah, I just showed y'all the J-Van, right? All right, now let's move on. Okay, let's move on to the Greeks. I just showed y'all Genesis chapter 10. Okay, the sons of J-Van, I showed y'all they are the Greeks, and these are your Romans right here. They are the same people. They are descendants of the sons of J-Van, the Greeks. I mean the Romans. Now, here go another Bible dictionary. Kittim. Genesis 10:4. And I just showed you right here also. Kittim. That's Kittim, y'all. But let me get back over here. I can make it even faster. Here go the Strong's Concordance of Kittim. Y'all see it? The Greeks are Romans on the shores. Look, there you go right there. See, they the same people. Greco-Roman rule right here. And they still Romans today. You got a Roman government. You're living under a Roman calendar. All these Western nations got Roman insignias and mottos on their military. Roman. You go in the courtroom, they're using Roman type court sayings. What they call it? Y'all know the legal terminology is Rome. So how is Rome dead? The Bible said Rome wasn't going to be destroyed until the Messiah returned. Let me get into the much wicked oppression. Hold on. All right, now 2nd Ezra, chapter 11, verse 40. Let me see here. Okay. Let me read chapter, get for a little more context. This is like the 1611 version. Is this the 1611? Yeah, it's the 1611 version. All right, I think I should be able to read it. Old English. You're not going to find no J in here, okay? You ain't going to find no J. They gave us a fake name and pictures and fake pictures and said, Jesus is your God. But anyway, not picking at you, just check it out. 11:40. Okay. Okay. Here now I will talk with thee. This is the angel talking to Ezra. And the highest shall say unto thee, art not thou it that remainest of the four beasts, whom I made to reign in my world, that the end of their times might come through them? And the fourth came and overcame all the beasts that were past. Nebuchadnezzar, the head of gold, Babylon, all of it's still Babylon, but Nebuchadnezzar, you got the Medes and the Persians, then you got the Greek captivity, then you got the Roman captivity. Four beasts, okay? This is the Messiah talking. Who I made to reign in my world at the end of their time might come through them. And the fourth came and overcame all the beasts that were past and had power over the world with great fearfulness and over the whole compass of the earth. The whole thing. This is how you can get these militaries worldwide. This is how. This is it. This is it. I'm just showing you the Bible. Don't put the Bible down. Ask the Most High to show you what they done mixed, what they done, show you what they done added and took out. Just ask the Most High for wisdom. That's it. Ask him for wisdom. He's gonna show you what they done. I got a 12th grade education, and he's showing me just fine. And can silence any of these Bible cemetery preachers. Yeah. I can prove that we the people of the book I don't care if it's a room full of Bible cemetery preachers. I don't care if it's a room full of them. I'm not boasting. It's a fact of the matter. The Most High teaching me, the oppressors is teaching them. That's the difference. When the oppressor teach you, you gonna learn to work under the oppressor class. They're teaching you to be submissive by default. When the Most High is teaching you, the truth gonna make you free. Now, and the fourth came and overcame all the beasts that were past and had power over the world with great fearfulness and over the whole compass of the earth with much wicked oppression. You ain't never seen as a time now the oppression that is on the earth that that's how you know we're in the end. And so long time dwelt upon the face of the earth with deceit. They've been ruling a long time. That's right. I got several different Bibles too. I'll be looking. I'll be looking. Yep. Okay. Now let me go into chapter 12. 2nd Ezra, chapter 12, verse 13. All right, behold, the days will come that will rise up that shall rise a kingdom upon the earth, and it shall be feared above all the kingdoms that were before it. In the same shall 12 kings reign, one after that. Let me shorten this up a little bit. Okay, it's describing this. It's an eagle. Let me see that. Oh yeah, this is what I was looking for right here. And he said unto me, this is the angel giving the interpretation to Ezra, the prophet Ezra. The eagle, whom thou sawest came up from the sea, is the kingdom which was seen in the vision of thy brother Daniel. Okay? Now, let's go to these four beasts. Go to the book of Daniel. Let me see here. And these great beasts, which are four kings which shall arise out of the earth. In chapter 11, describe the beasts. But yeah. Okay, so that's paralleling Ezra. Second Ezra chapter 11, 2nd Ezra chapter 12. You wonder why these books is missing out your Bible. They don't want you to know what's going on. They want to keep everybody lost until time's up. Okay? And the ships of Rome did come against the Greeks. All right. Let me see here. I'm trying to get to describe these beasts. Hold on. I think it's gonna be Daniel chapter 2. Hold on. How long I've been going? I know I've been going over an hour and 20 minutes. Let me be careful. But y'all know Nebuchadnezzar's statue. Let me hold on. Let me find it on my phone. Okay, Daniel chapter 7. I went past it. Okay. All right. And 4 great beasts come up from the sea, different one from another. The first was like a lion. Notice he's describing these beasts, right? First was like a lion, had eagle's wings. All right. Behold, another beast, the second like a bear. All right. He's describing 2 of them. And the third one is like a leopard. This is the Greeks, which had upon the back of it 4 wings of a fowl. The beast also had 4 heads. Notice when Alexander died, he split his kingdom to his 4 generals. When he died young, and he didn't have no children, so he gave his kingdom to his 4 generals. All right? The beast also had 4 heads, and dominion was given to it. And this I saw in the night vision, and behold, a 4th beast, dreadful and terrible. Okay, where is the animalistic characteristic of this beast? Look, the first one was a lion, was it? The first one was a lion. The second one was a bear. Third one was a leopard. Well, what was the 4th beast? What was it beast-like characteristic? Dreadful and terrible, and it's strong exceedingly. And it had great iron teeth, and it devoured and brake in pieces. The 4th beast is right here. Second Ezra. Let me see here. Right here. The eagle. And he said unto me, this is the interpretation of the vision. The eagle, whom thou sawest, came up from the sea, is the kingdom which was seen in the vision of thy brother Daniel. So it's an eagle. Okay? Why is the eagle supporting them folks over there in Israel? Why are they working together? Why do the folks in Israel get together and train the police to kill us? Huh? They ain't supposed to be getting along unless they go way back to the scribes and Pharisees in the Bible, King Herod and them and the Romans. They go way back. Now, let me see here. Now, let's get into some of these videos. I don't know how long the video is. I didn't even know it was a video on this. But look at all these military bases. Remember, the Bible that I just showed y'all, they're gonna engulf the whole earth. Y'all think Africa over there free. They over there ruling their own stuff. No, they got puppets over there. They ruling by remote control. They got these Negroes over there. These Europeans is controlling the Negroes. When the Negro get out of line, they go over there and kill them. Let me see how long this video is. I'll play it if it ain't but a few minutes long. All of them is the same, okay? If you go back to tracing their languages, let me show y'all. He said Spain is the most, Spain is a part of the Europeans. Let me show y'all these. Let me show y'all your early form of the clan. Yeah. There go your Spaniards right there. All these folks are Romans. Okay? All of them. There go your Spaniards, right? All of them is working together. Now, let me get back over here. You talking about Spain is the most, okay. All of them the same. I don't care if it's Australia, Canada, United States, France, Germany, all of them is in unison. Oh, he was describing all the military. Okay, he wasn't saying that Spain is the most powerful, but he described the United States in these different lands. Okay, hold on. Yeah, hold on. Let me unshare and share again, so I can share and share alike. I'm glad you yeah. Okay, sorry about that, Dwayne. I didn't see your. All right, hold on. Let me go back.
Imagine a world where the most powerful country on Earth in 2021 wasn't the United States, but rather Spain. And instead of setting up military bases just in their own country, they also set up bases all around the world. Lots of those bases are in former colonies, but also there's a bunch in the United States. Just imagine this. You zoom into Fayetteville, North Carolina, and you see a huge military base. But it's not a US military base, it's a Spanish base on American soil, with lots of homes for the Spanish soldiers and their families, powerful weapon systems, aircraft, all run by the Spanish military. Go inside of one of these bases and it's all Spanish restaurants. Americans can't come in here unless they work for the Spanish government. And then imagine 100 more of these, all throughout the United States on American soil, and hundreds of more throughout the world. Or shift the scenario a little bit. What if it was a country that wasn't our ally? A country like China? What if they had military bases, not in the US, but right up close to our border? Powerful weapon systems right off our shores in islands in the Caribbean. If you're an American, you have to imagine what that would feel like. If you're not an American, it's likely you already kind of know what this feels like. The United States has an extensive network of military bases outside of our borders. Hundreds of bases. I've been fascinated for a very long time about understanding these US foreign bases abroad, but I've never actually taken the time to accurately map them. So let's do it. Let's map every single US military base around the world. It turns out that's a huge task.
This is the story of the men of the United States Army who made this project possible, and of man's never-ceasing quest for knowledge.
This is a full armored division. To give you an idea of size, each of those small dark...
That video was too long. Y'all see that number? That video 16 minutes long. Okay, let me see. Maybe this is shorter. Let me know if the sound playing.
No one sees the world quite like an airline, but the world we see below us is changing fast.
Early in the history of warfare, man learned that the best formula for victory was compounded of striking power, mobility, and self-protection.
The US is easily the most powerful country to have ever existed, and it certainly spends more on its military budget than any other country does today. That's all pretty well known. But less well known is the fact that the US has around 800 military bases around the globe. This map can't even show that many dots. These are just 200 or so dots to give you an idea of where these bases are clustered. These bases are everything from massive military compounds to small airstrips in the middle of the ocean. If you combined all the foreign bases that every other nation has outside of its own borders, you get a total of about 30. There's never been a country with such a massive global presence. And the big question is, how did these bases get there in the first place? And how much is it costing US taxpayers to keep them open? Most of these bases cropped up after World War II, when the US set up in places like Germany and Japan to help maintain peace after an era of intense global war.
But we cannot expect these people to discard Nazi ideas with the casual air with which they abandon their uniforms. Slowly, steadily, they must be taught the fundamentals of democracy. Our task is to supervise this training in democracy.
Even though these countries are now stable, robust democracies and allies, the US still has 50,000 troops in Japan and 54,000 in Germany. The Korean War brought an influx of American infrastructure into the Korean Peninsula, where we now have 28,500 troops stationed. The Cold War made the US expansion to every corner of the globe imperative to US strategic goals.
Here in Russia, you see the reason why we are spending billions of dollars in defense production. Why your family is paying the highest taxes in our history.
But even now that the Cold War is over, there's not a place on Earth that's not still covered by US military influence. This includes everything from naval compounds like those in Guantanamo Bay, to small drone bases like those in the Horn of Africa, to little-known posts in the middle of the Indian Ocean like that of Diego Garcia. And it's not cheap. Keeping US foreign bases open costs taxpayers between $70 and $100 billion per year. That's more than any other government agency receives in taxpayer money, besides, of course, the Department of Defense itself. Taxpayers pay between $10,000 and $40,000 more per soldier stationed abroad than they do for those stationed here domestically. But this cost seems to be worth it to most lawmakers. The idea that US military leadership provides an indispensable stability to the globe is now a fixture of our global strategy and our foreign policy.
In an uncertain world, full of breathtaking change, the one constant is American leadership.
You can't have stability without American leadership. There's only one nation in the world capable of rallying the freedom-loving people of this planet to confront evil.
American leadership is not just respected, it is required.
So over the past 70 years, the US has set up bases all over the world in response to threats, and then they just never left. These 800 bases around the world represent a massive system of military power that isn't often talked about. And it's us, the American taxpayers, that are financially supporting this. We have all decided that it's worth it to pump $100 billion out of our economy to keep these bases open on the far corners of our globe.
Yeah. I guess you could say they're the security wing of the Roman Empire. Make no mistake about it. They are Romans. Make no mistake about it. Close some of these tabs. They are Romans. Why you got Roman writing on your money over here? Ordo noro seclorum. Huh? Why what Biden himself is a Catholic. Okay? And Biden show you how he loved black folk, kicking us out on the street. I'm laughing because Negroes don't know, keep voting for these heathens, but yeah. Let me see here. I'm trying to wrap this up. Make no mistake about it. They are Romans. I was trying to, and the lawmakers have to pledge to Israel. Why? But that was a couple years ago. They had to, when they get elected, they had to go in there and play it. But I know it's buried right now. I ain't got time to dig into it and find it. But why they had to pledge to Israel? Okay, yeah. Let me close some of these tabs. And close some of these tabs. Let me see here. Yeah, I'm gonna sit that right there. Y'all can pause that if you ain't read it already. Okay, I pulled up some more stuff. There go your Spaniards over there. These OG white supremacists. Where you think the Klan got their idea from, huh? They worshiping white Jesus. They come from the Roman Catholics. Where you think Christianity come from? And they hate black folk. Now look here. Rights group demand Israel stop training. Let me find another one. Stop training, arming Israel, neo-Nazis. Now look at here. Here go your European nations getting together. They getting together. Look here. It's arming and training Nazis. You got neo-Nazis over here plotting on killing us. But we supposed to be, look, I'm finna go back. We supposed to be worried about what they got going on over there in Israel. We supposed to be worried about them, though. Negroes is crazy. Look here. Who's training the police? Huh? They always talk about it's the training. It's the police training. And then you look and see who's training the police. They doing what they're trained to do. These folks ran the slave trade. And these folks was around when Mashiach was around, and they still around. But I think I made my point. It's time to bring this to a close. All right, any questions? All right. Shalom. I'm thinking about getting around to that active shooter video. Thinking about doing it. I didn't want to do it on the Shabbat. Let me see here. And I had some stuff going on. Let me show you what the thumbnail will look like in case y'all don't catch it today. You have to catch it later. Hold on. You got to learn to use your brain. There ain't no such thing as no lone wolf. Ain't no lone wolf. How you got lone wolf and they on social media plot? Huh? How you got, y'all need to start learning what the exits are. Start paying attention. If you're that scared, you might want to try to order you some stuff. But then you have to be thankful, you know. Just get you some stuff ready. Yeah. Just get you some power tools. Yeah, get you some power tools and stop worrying about going to jail. Ain't no need to worry about going to jail. You're gonna be dead. Especially you men folk out here. Not worrying about that. You heard that saying, you'd rather be tried by 12 than carried by 6. Huh? Yeah. Stop worrying about it. Y'all just get y'all some power tools ready.
We'll continue with the moment of truth in just a moment, but first, a word from the official sponsor of Black Empowerment, Power Tools. There's no telling when something's going to come up, so make sure you carry your power tools at all times. You never know when you're going to need to bring the hammer down, or when you'll have some trash that needs to be blown away, or some obstacle that requires cutting down. Don't get caught empty-handed. Keep your hammer close by. Keep that leaf blower at the ready, and always carry your steel. Power Tools, because no matter what your day job or side hustle may be, there's no excuse for not being ready to put in some work.
In that previous video, you might have to fast forward human animals. I showed you how they cutting the food off. I think what they're doing is gentrifying over there. Them people I don't see them people coming back. I don't see them coming back over there. Really, it's not their land, no way, but I don't see them coming back. Okay? I don't see them, you know, but that ain't got that ain't got nothing to do with us. And y'all just worry about us and don't let the Most High catch you. He come back at a time and they ain't expecting, you know why? because the devil done put these false prophet schools up, teaching these preachers, and these preachers is lying to everybody. People don't read the Bible themselves. Therefore, it's going to be easy to the Most High come back like a thief in the night.
Our Lord Yah, all praise to the Most High, and His only begotten Son. Long to the King of Kings, Lord of Lords.
Forgive us, Father.
Yahoo, 2017, you're the push.
Have mercy, Abba.
We are warriors, right?
Forgive me for my transgressions.
Swords called to the table.
Have mercy, Abba.
Nothing personal. But doctrine will be tested and sliced.
Play your role, lead your soul with understanding. Fear God, Shema, keep His commandments. Father Yah, forgive us for all the sinning. This a pure repentance, and He coming like a thief in the night. Judgment day is coming. Judgment day is coming. Judgment day is coming. It's like a thief in the night. Judgment day is coming. Judgment day is coming. Judgment day is coming. It's like a thief in the night. Judgment day is coming. Judgment day is coming. Judgment day is coming. It's like a thief in the night. Judgment day is coming. Judgment day is coming. Judgment day is coming. And He coming for war.
Father, I have sinned. Wash this blood from my hands. Yeah, I'm far from innocent, but a victim of circumstances. Chances after chances, I admit I fall short a lot. Playing with hellfire, where the worm die. If not that lake is boiling hot, but my soul have no place there. Examine the cards before that dealt, cause Satan never play fair. Scripture tell us beware, conspiracy against the throne. Words from Daniel Solomon, play it safe and stay at home. Strange doctrine on the rise, false prophets I despise. Churches is filled with lies, peep the deceit in their eyes. He have an ear, let him hear the testimony of the wise. Wax bold in this last hour, cause He coming like a thief in the night.
Lead your soul with understanding. Fear God, Shema, keep His commandments. Father Yah, forgive us for all the sinning. This a pure repentance, and He coming like a thief in the night. Judgment day is coming. Judgment day is coming. Judgment day is coming. It's like a thief in the night. Judgment day is coming. Judgment day is coming. Judgment day is coming. It's like a thief in the night. Judgment day is coming. Judgment day is coming. Judgment day is coming. It's like a thief in the night. Judgment day is coming. Judgment day is coming. Judgment day is coming. And He coming for war.
My master preacher, teacher, so listen through your speaker. Cause He was there when I was moving off my beeper, straight hustling. Past the pork chop, you still trusted them. Eddie Long and Burn, you still hugging them, believe it not. And it's Galatians with the flow, your Lord is never mocked. When will it stop? In heaven's where I place my stock. Spiritual brother, but I be whizzing on your stunts and stops. Full on the yak, I think the odds, you know I miss my pops. I speak the truth, my Santo plants, they GMO your crops. I'm from the land, they lay you down, they even pay the cops. So what to do, spit a parable. The orange pervert is your president, America is looking terrible.
Your role, lead your soul with understanding. Fear God, Shema, keep His commandments. Father Yah, forgive us for all the sinning. This a pure repentance, and He coming like a thief in the night. Judgment day is coming. Judgment day is coming. Judgment day is coming. It's like a thief in the night. Judgment day is coming. Judgment day is coming. Judgment day is coming. It's like a thief in the night. Judgment day is coming. Judgment day is coming. Judgment day is coming. It's like a thief in the night. Judgment day is coming. Judgment day is coming.
Israel, all praise to the Most High. There's only begotten Son. The time draws nigh, and these the last days. Judgment's on the table, and you stressing a 401k. So few strive to get saved as a drop to a wave. Repentance prophesies nothing once we beyond the grave. His thoughts never been your thoughts, ways never been your ways. Redemption's at hand for the children of the slaves. Guardians of the throne, step up. Hamashiach, we rep, bruh. Snakes soon to be thrown down, mouths all open, sepulchres. Isaiah 58:1, till your ears bleed. As the days of Noah, so shall the Son son of man be. Blessed be Yahweh who teaches my hands to war and fingers to fight. Get right, cause he coming like a thief
in the night. Lead your soul with understanding. Fear God, Shema, keep his commandments. Father, Yah, forgive us for all the sin and this a pure repentance. And he coming like a thief in the night. Judgment day is coming. Judgment day is coming. Judgment day is coming. It's like,
hey, y'all see those letters? The first and the last. The first letter in the Hebrew alphabet and the last. Get rid. Hey, it ain't the Alpha and Omega. The Greek, the Hebrew letters got definitions. The sign, the leader, and the one that was nailed to the cross. Mark, sign, covenant. The first and the last. See, yeah, they're gonna put the Greek letter there which don't have definitions. Pictograph Hebrew got definitions. I want y'all to see what y'all were looking at, but Shalom. All right, family? Yeah. All right, family. Don't get caught slipping. He's coming back like a thief in the night.